Okay, we are going to look at e-commerce in this video, and I'm going to show you some essentials for doing electronic commerce online, and I'm also going to show you how to make a bunch of money. And of course that's going to require work, but maybe you'll find a way to be more efficient than the next guy and more innovative, and you'll be able to do it with less work and make more money more quickly. First thing you should know about electronic transactions is anytime you're going to send information online that's sensitive, you want to make sure you're using HTTPS. I know I've already said this, but I just want to reiterate it because it's really important. So anytime you're going to enter email or credit card or anything like that, HTTPS, that's secure. That means anything I send from my computer here to Nordstrom's computer, it will be encrypted. So if anybody tries to intercept it en route, they'll just get a bunch of jumbled letters and numbers, and it won't mean anything to them. Second thing you want to make sure is that you are on a secure computer. This means you're using a computer where no malware has ever been installed, where it hasn't been infected with malicious software. And what does that entail? What's that mean? That means you aren't going to enter critical information at public computers. So computer labs, public libraries, don't enter your passwords, don't enter your credit card numbers, just refrain. And wait until you get home. And when you get home, you want to make sure you have a computer where you're not downloading movies, not downloading music, not downloading and installing software. You want a computer that's free from all of that, because anytime you start downloading things from the internet and installing things from the internet, you're increasing your risk, you're increasing your the chances that you might have installed malware. So you want to have a computer where you have practiced safe computing with it, meaning you've only installed applications from really well-known publishers and vendors of software like Microsoft or Google, and you've always kept it up to date, and you're running antivirus software, and that way you're more confident that you're operating in a secure environment that hasn't been compromised, where there's some malware on it that is capturing your keystrokes or monitoring your activity. So you want to make sure you use HTTPS anytime you send critical data, and you also want to make sure you're on a secure system when you do it, meaning it hasn't been compromised with malware, that you've been careful not to install crappy stuff on the computer. The next thing you want to know is some people are concerned about using credit cards online and things like that, and why you should practice some discretion and good judgment about where you enter credit cards. You should also know that, one, credit cards online are just as susceptible as credit cards in the real world. I know I've already mentioned this, but if you give your credit card to a waiter or a bus person at a restaurant, they could walk right into the back and pull out their cell phone and snap a picture of your credit card, both the front and the back, at the wait station, and you'd never know it. And they would have all of your numbers and everything they'd need to start using your credit card. So credit card info can be stolen anywhere, whether it's in the real world or online. So what you need to know, however, is that there are laws to protect you, and your liability for illicit use of your credit card is if the thief personally presents your card to make purchases, the card issuer cannot hold you liable for more than $50 in fraudulent charges, right? And many card issuers waive this $50. So you already have, by law, credit card protection. And if the thief uses your card by phone on the internet you have no liability. So when companies try to sell you credit card protection, and often it will be your very own credit card company, they'll try to sell you credit card protection, just say, no thanks, I'm already protected by the law. Or ask them, how is this different than what already protects me with the law, where I'm not limited to more than $50 in liability if the thief presents the card in person, or I have no liability if it's used online or via the phone? How is this credit card protection different? And they'll say, we monitor your account. Well, they already do that, and you should be monitoring your account too, so don't pay for credit card protection. There's also protection for ATM and debit cards. Pause this video right now if you want to read about that. The next thing you should know about credit cards is that in May 22nd, 2009, President Obama signed the Credit Card Act, which really instituted and implemented a lot of consumer protections. In addition to that law, I just went over some additional consumer protections to protect you as somebody who uses credit cards. And you could pause the video right here and read about some of these consumer protections for credit card use. And you could also pause the video once more right here and read about these things here for protecting you. But it's just like basically stops credit card companies from acting unscrupulously, and you know, provides you additional protections. The main protections to know about is really this, like, no liability if your credit card's used on the internet or via phone fraudulently, and only $50 liability, which is often waived if it's used in person. So another way that you can make payments when you are buying things is by using PayPal. Well, just what the heck is PayPal? PayPal is the world's most popular middleman service for online purchasing. So basically, let's say that I needed to do a financial transaction. Like when you buy and sell a house, you use escrow accounts. And what is an escrow account? An escrow account is where, like, I give all of my money to this trusted third party, and then so I'm the buyer of a house. I give all my money to the escrow business, right? And they hold the money, and this other person gives all of the assets for what, you know, what I'm going to be buying, the house, to the escrow company. And when the escrow company has the thing that's being bought and the money to buy it, it then switches it and gives those to those two parties, right? So we have this trusted middleman that makes sure that the transaction happens well and nobody gets screwed over. All right. So that's basically what PayPal does online. Where MoneyGrams and wire transfers were the standard in the 20th century for sending money, today over 140 million people prefer to use PayPal to send money to each other via email. PayPal has become such a convenient way and trusted way to transfer money online. 90% of eBay's purchases go through PayPal. As online financial transaction broker, so it's a broker, right? Escrow account. PayPal lets people send money to each other's email addresses. At no time will either party see the other's credit card or bank information, right? So I could send money to you, and you'll never see my credit card number. You'll never see my bank account information. The only thing that will happen is you'll get an email saying, "Hey, Todd sent you money. If you want to claim this money, go to PayPal, log in with this email address that Todd sent it to you, right? Create an account, and then PayPal will show you how to retrieve that money." And PayPal being like this trusted company, you will enter enough information for them to send you the money if it's a big enough fee or a big enough pile of money, right? If it's 10 cents, you'd be like, not worth the time. If it's $10,000, you'd be like, okay, what do I need to do to get it? Similar to an escrow service, PayPal acts as the middleman holder of money. Through its policies, practices, and business integrity, PayPal has earned the trust of both parties. With multiple guarantees in place, buyers and sellers entrust PayPal with their credit card and bank information. PayPal keeps that private customer information secret. Then, while blinded from the other party's confidential information, strangers safely send money to each other through PayPal and email. So that's a great description right there. It's a little bit of a hard thing to describe, and I really like this. So pause the video again right here if you're not quite getting it about PayPal, and just read these two paragraphs right here once again, and just kind of let that sink in and settle into your head. Finally, you need no special technology nor business license to send and receive money through PayPal. All you need is a valid email address and a credit card or bank account. So I could send money from my credit card, I could send money from my bank account, however I want to set up my PayPal account. And then people can also send me money, and all I need to do to send money is I need somebody's email address. And I could say, go into PayPal, and I could say, or their phone number. And I could say, send money to this person with this phone number, or send money to this person with this email address. And then PayPal will contact that person and say, hey, there's money here for you at PayPal. Come set up your account and get the money. So you can see that people will be motivated to set up an account. How safe is PayPal? You can read about PayPal's safety right here if you pause the video right now. Pause the video right now and you can read about it. How does PayPal withdraw my money? Right? So how does PayPal get your money? They'll either get it from your credit card or from your bank. PayPal is flexible, amateur-friendly, and able to extend its own form of short-term credit. Your choices are as follows. You can just let PayPal withdraw against your credit card or bank account only when you make a purchase, right? Or you may transfer money to PayPal directly. So I could just send PayPal money every now and then and leave that money in your PayPal account, right? And so those are two ways that I could do it. How do I get money from PayPal? How do I withdraw money from PayPal? PayPal credits your credit card or your bank account through a type of wire transfer. So the money just shows up in my bank account, or it just shows up as a credit on my credit card, in my credit card account, my credit card bill account. Once the money is transferred to your bank account, you then withdraw it like any other money. Yeah, so there you go. I want an auction. What now, right? How do you pay with PayPal? That talks about that. So here's a little bit more about PayPal, how you make a payment. So you can read these steps here. I'll read them to you. You know, again, you can pay using your bank account, debit, or credit cards. It's free, secure, and takes no time. So you could pay with your bank account, your debit cards, which is your bank account, or your credit cards. If you need to pay for an item or service, send money using just the seller's email or mobile phone number. We'll send the money without ever sharing your financial info with the seller. When you finish paying, the seller is notified that the money is available. So it's pretty much what we've already said. How do you purchase online? You know, same thing. How to purchase in stores. So it's now something that you're starting to be able to do in stores, apparently, getting the PayPal app. And how do you sell online? How do you purchase online? How do you sell online? So all that stuff. That's using PayPal as a method of payment. And, you could also use Square. And Square is something that, and PayPal actually is offering this service now too, I believe. But Square is the first market entrant where they will send you this little device right here, which reads credit cards. And then I could start charging people if they hand me their credit card. And it takes the money and puts it into my Square account. And then Square I could get that money from them. And yeah, so, let's say I want to sell things at a yard sale, I could get a Square account. When somebody comes, I could be like, give me your credit card, I'll charge you. Or let's say, I need a new way to get my allowance from my dad. I'll be like, Dad, just give me your credit card, I'll swipe it if I was young. Or, I want to sell something at a swap meet or a farmer's market, I can now take credit cards like that. And it's only going to be 2.75% per swipe. So they're going to charge me $2.75 for every $100 of transactions. You want to make sure when you're buying things, like I went to eBay here and I searched for diamond rings. And you want to make sure when you're buying things, I'm going to go over to View, I'm going to go to Customize, and I'm going to choose, I want to see the seller information, right? Because here's like a 2.5 carat ring, 2.25 carat diamond engagement ring, D white, gold hearts and arrows, for $1,000. That seems like a lot of diamond to me for $1,000. I don't know. And this seller has a 98.5% positive feedback. PayPal will also have protection for when you shop online. So you could go to PayPal and you could read about like how to sell online, how to purchase online. Buying is always free, keeping you safer when you shop. Pay however you want. I'm just looking for protection. More about security and eligibility. And let's search for PayPal buyer protection, right? PayPal protection. With PayPal, you're protected from checkout to delivery. We spot problems before they happen. With the latest anti-fraud technology, your financial info is never given away to sellers. And if something goes wrong with your order, your eligible transactions will be fully reimbursed. All right, what's zero liability for eligible, unauthorized? So anyhow, purchase protection here. They have purchase protection. And then there's also, I believe, seller protection. So if you sell something, you got proof that you shipped it, that gives you some protection too. So that's just part of the services PayPal offers. Anyhow, the point being, when you buy something online, you want to make sure, right, that you're buying it from somebody who has a fair amount of reviews and that the reviews are positive, 99.2% positive, 1,267 reviews. 10K engagement ring. A lot of this stuff might be fenced, right? Like people stole things and they're fencing it. So that would mean that, right, it's stolen goods. I'm not sure how much that happens. Seems like a natural place for that to happen. So that's a little bit about doing financial transactions online and e-commerce. I thought I was going to tell you about in this video how to make money online. I'm actually going to tell you about it in the next video because I've been talking for 14 minutes. I don't want this video to be too long. So we're going to the next video where you're going to see an essential computer skill, and that is how to sell crap online and make money.